everyone, this is Chloe from Cousin DIY. Today we're going to make some autumn or fall themed stretch bracelets that will look like these. They have these pretty little antique gold leaves hanging off from them, and then we used a variety of different e-beads in fall colors. To start, we're going to cut a 12-inch length of gossamer stretch cord. And if you happen to have any of these bead stoppers at home, they're very handy. You can also use a clothespin, but you open them by pinching them open and stick your cord in, and it just prevents the beads that you're working on from falling off that end. Now the multicolored beads, they came off a strand that, multi-strands of all these different colors. And in addition to that, we used these two beads, and I also used bronze colored e-beads. They're all e-beads. And these little gold leaves, they're charms that hang from a jump ring. So I have my stretch cord cut and secured, and what I found, my wrist is around 7.5 inches long, which is kind of an average wrist size, I believe, but you can adapt this to fit any wrist size, more beads, less beads. You'll just have to experiment and see what fits best. So I'm going to get started by stringing on some of my orange beads, and I'm going to string on 5 beads, 1 bronze bead, and 5 more orange e-beads. Okay, so now I've strung on 10 orange beads with the bronze one in between. Next step is to string on a leaf charm. Now I found that it was helpful to check to make sure that the jump ring was nice and securely closed before I strung it on, which this one was. And at that point, I'm going to switch to a different color. I'm going to switch to brown. So I'll see, this is an example of a really long, irregular one. So I'm going to set that one aside. So I will string on 5 of these. Another bronze bead. I'm just dividing each set of colored beads in half with a little bronze bead. Five more brown. And every time I get to the end of a new color, that's when I add one of my leaf charms. And again, I'm checking to make sure the jump ring is securely closed. Stringing it on. Another thing is I'm always trying to string my leaves on so they're facing in the same direction and the top of the leaf is showing. And next I'm going to move on to, let's see, I have done orange. Now I'm going to do red. A bronze bead in the middle. And 5 more red. Okay, another leaf charm. And the jump ring seems nice and closed. The next color is going to be this pretty AB brown. It's got like a little reflective aurora borealis shine on the outside. Another leaf charm. Make sure it's closed. And it is. See how pretty that's becoming? And let's see, the next color will be, this is like an AB yellow. It's got pretty AB reflection on the outside of the beads, like the brown ones did. You want to add another leaf charm. So make sure it's closed nice and tight. At this point, we want to make sure it's the right size for the wrist. It's perfect. Now we're going to tie the knot. Because it's gossamer stretch cord, as I said earlier, the knots are pretty secure, but I am going to use what some people call a stretch cord knot or a surgical knot. So the first step is to take both ends, and you're just going to do once over and pull, and then you're going to go 1, 2, 3 times over and pull. And then you're going to gently tug your stretch cord to set that knot. And as extra security, I like to put just a little dab of crystal glue on the knot. Allow that to dry. And then after it dries, we'll trim the knot. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make 2 more bracelets like this, and I'll be right back. So now I have 3 multicolored bracelets. Set those aside. And I'm going to thread on the same number of beads in between the leaves as I did on the multicolored, but these are going to all be bronze. So that would be 11 beads, so 11. Then we're going to string on a leaf bead, a leaf charm. Make sure the jump ring is securely closed. And I'm going to repeat this 4 more times. Okay, Now that I have these all strung on, once again I'm going to check that it's the right size around my wrist. Which can be tricky. So we'll go like this. And it looks just fine. So we're going to tie another stretch cord / surgical knot once over and then 3 times over. And then we're going to work that knot into the cord by tugging ever so. We don't want to tug too hard because we don't want to break it, but this really helps set the knot. And once again, I will put a dab of glue on the knot just to help secure it. Let that dry. And I'm going to make one more and I'll be right back. Okay, I cut the tails off one. I'm going to cut the tails off the second one. Now that the glue is dry. Now we have 5 bracelets and you can wear them separately. You can wear them together. I like stacking mine like multicolored bronze, another multicolor bronze. And another multicolor. I think autumn is one of my favorite seasons of the year, if not my favorite season of the year. And this bracelet makes me happy. These bracelets make me happy, make me smile. If you decide to make your own autumn, fall themed stretch bracelets, please share them with us on Instagram at #CreateWithCousin. Thanks for joining us. See you next time. Bye.